version of exam57, Excel and Access together, version B. Unlike the other exams, I will not show you how to get the files from the network directory and copy them back. If you are studying seriously, you probably have seen it already thousands of times. I have the files here in a directory. Let's open gasstation.xlsx. I am opening it with Excel 2013, however, doing the exam with Excel 2016, it's the same thing. Let's go with the first one. In sheet stations, fill column V with northwest whenever longitude in column I is larger than 43 and latitude in column J is smaller than 10. So I larger than 43, J is smaller than 10, otherwise with a dash. Let's do it. I go to column V, equal if. Here I can use both things, but I choose larger 43 and J2 smaller than 10. Semicolon, in this case north west, otherwise a dash. Okay. Well, if you have any knowledge of the Italian geography, which I assume most of you have, well, this is Rome and it's not in northwest. Biella, Varese, Torino, so things in northwest, Varese. Okay, alternatively, you can build it like this with an and in front here and putting a semicolon here. Okay, but honestly, this is the less user-friendly way, so I prefer the other one. Save. In sheet bubble, insert in column E the values of column D multiplied by the value of cell I2 in sheet stations. So we go to sheet bubble. Here, sorry, in column E the values of column D. So okay, multiplied by. Okay, I go to another sheet. It's an easy task just to show you that you are able to take things from another sheet. Now I don't go back, otherwise these stations will become bubble. I just press enter and ta-da! Okay, save. Insert a bar chart like the one in the picture of longitude and population, not latitude, with logarithmic scale starting from 10 on the horizontal axis and brands as labels. So we have to take longitude and population. And the brand as I will take also the brands and let's see what happens. I'm keeping Ctrl pressed to make this thing. Let's see what happens. If it doesn't happen what I want, I will skip the brand and edit later. Insert this one. Doesn't seem what yes, it's what I want. I move it. I have to move to a new chart. No, I can do it here. So I enlarge it. You don't see the other one because you don't have the logarithmic scale, obviously, since the values are very different. Logarithmic scale. Now I do see both. And must start from 10. I redouble click. Minimum 10. Enter. Okay, does it look like the picture? Yes, looks like the picture. Something else? No? Fine, save. Not required to go in a new sheet, so if you put in a new sheet I wouldn't mark it as a mistake because usually it's better, but in this exercise I didn't ask for it. In sheet sensitivity, insert data table to examine the variation of yearly payment to an interest rate changes from 0.5 to 7.0 by steps of 0.5. Okay, now sensitivity. Okay, you have mortgage on. So 0.5%, 1%, up to 7%. Okay, the formula goes here, so equal to yearly payment. I select everything, data, what if analysis, data table. This is the column input cell, and it's this one. Hop. Let's check whether it's correct. You just need to look at the 5%. 5% is minus 0.8024. Yes, correct. Save. In a new sheet, insert a table for a mortgage loan of 100,000 euros. Let's say for 20 years, starting on the 1st of January 2017 with fixed interest rate 2% and constant payment. So I'm asking you for the entire table. Well, in this case, honestly, if you rebuild it manually, you're crazy. You just can copy it from my files. Let's see. No. Excel. I have here my file. I take the mortgage loan for a fixed, this one. Okay, tough. I also take this one. Oh, new sheet. Oop. Okay, this one is not interesting. Okay, that's 100,000, 20 years. So not 200,000, 100,000, 20 years. So this one goes away because I need to go on. 20 years, what does it mean? From 2017 up to 37, 36 or 38? Well, the rule is that you have to make 20 payments. So let's count the payments. Can you see? It's 20. Okay. I'm sure many of you will put 19 or 21 payments, as it always happens. Okay, I save. I have to decide the payment, however. Equal PMT. Well, I say that it must start on the 1st of January 2017, but honestly, totally indifferent. Whatever year you start it, it will work the same. Rate 6%, number of periods 20, PV this one, or this one if you prefer, which is the same. Okay. Okay, in this table we have a positive payment, so let's put it as negative as recently. Okay, so we can equal this one, F4 to put the dollars. Click. I say click. No, click doesn't work. I drag it manually. Okay, perfect. It closes perfectly. And I save. Done. In another new sheet, insert a pivot table with the number of stations and the average start date in date format per province, excluding stations with start date to March 2015. So, I go here, insert pivot table. Okay. So per province, so I need province. What do I have to do? Number of stations and average start date. So number of stations, well, I count the ID. I count it. Count. Okay. And now the average start date, instead of count, this needs instead average. Okay, I have, however, to exclude some of them. So I drag start date also here in the filter. And as a filter, I manually exclude the 2nd of March. It's the 2nd of March? Yes. So let's write it better in the English format. Second. Okay. I manually exclude the 2nd of March. Have I excluded it? No. Okay. Save. Okay. Let's go on. I can close this example. Let's go on. Insert a VBA function called checkRange, which accepts as input a range of cell R and a text T. So stop here and do it. Alt F11. Insert module function check range R as range, comma, t, that's it. Okay, if you're doing the exercise on a Mac, you will have to type manually end function. Okay, if t is count, spelled with any capitalization, it returns the amount of cells in the range R. Or better, more than is if t contains. No, is. Okay, so we have to do if a ucase of t equal count, then so it returns, so check range equal to r dot cells dot count. Is there cells count? Count. Okay. Else. Let's see what else. If t is sum, spelled with any capitalization, it returns the sum of the values in range R. Else if u case of t equal sum, then this trick of writing u case of t and writing all capital here, it's because whatever capitalization you are using, u case will convert it to uppercase, and I'm comparing it to an uppercase word. So now this is difficult because we must check all the elements. So we must build a loop for each x in R. No, first I must set sum equal to 0 for each x in R. Sum equals sum plus x. Next x. I can write, okay. And then check range equals sum. Else, well, here I use additional variable sum. It's not necessary. You can use directly check range if you want. So you can put check range equal to 0, check range equal check range plus x, and then you don't need the check range equals something. Else, in this case, I have to warn the user. So message box value for second argument is wrong, exclamation mark. You typed, and let's write what the user has typed, t. And what do I have to do? Return 0. So check range equal 0. And if, okay. I think it's over. Pay attention here. No, I don't want to continue saving as macro-free workbook, so I click no. It gives me the possibility to save in the correct directory as an XLSM. Okay. Is there something else to do? No? If you really have time now and you want to check, you can go to any sheet and check equal check range. I select a range, write for example a second argument sum, and it will tell me the sum of the values. I write count, spell with any capitalization, as you can see, it will tell me the numbers. I write something else, FFF, you type that, oh fine, so it works fine. Okay, now I save this file and I close it. I have already saved. Okay, let's resave it. Okay, it's here. And now let's go to Access. I open this file here. Enable content in case it asks. Okay. If you don't complain that doesn't work properly. Create query unpaid that lists the reparations which are not paid with the car's owners and how many months have passed since the end of the reparation. So very easy at this one. Create query design. I need customers, cars, repair, cars, add repairs, and ownership just to link these two tables. Okay, now the table are linked correctly. What a chaos. It's extremely slow. Come on. What is it doing? Okay. Okay. Now, what do we do? What do we need? First name, last name, repairs ID. So, first name, last name. Well, actually, you don't need ownership and you don't need cars. But if you don't put them, I'm not so sure that it will connect repairs with customer. And then, how many months have passed? Okay. Months passed. Okay, here I use date diff with m semicolon, then the start of the operation or the end of the operation? The end of the operation. So end, which is here, and then today. Today I don't think it works, so now today doesn't exist in Access. Okay. Let's see the result. Wow, correct. -6. So this means that there is a reparation which is not yet finished. Is it possible? Access is stuck, sorry. Okay, now, since I am surprised, I will also ask for start and end. Run. Yes, it's not yet finished, this one. It's a version in the future. Okay. Access is stuck, as usual. Is it possible to have back my access? Okay. Okay, an alternative could be to use now minus end divided by 30. This is an approximate alternative, but since we have seen that also date diff doesn't work very well, starting from this year, I consider this approximate alternative as correct. So, unpaid. Oops, only the not paid ones. So I need to go here, paid, no, and unflag it. Okay. Save, unpaid. Make the fields country in tables, mechanics, and customers a field with values taken mandatorily from another table. Okay, this is something I have explained separately. It means that you have to build first a table countries. Create table design, for example, with ID and country name. ID is auto number. If you prefer, and in this case maybe it's better, you can skip ID and take only country name, for example, and decide that it's the primary key. This is also a good alternative. Okay, let's take this one. I will save the table, countries. I will fill it with a couple of. It's not required, but I do it anyway. Italy, Germany. Okay. Oh. Now I take field customers, design view. Here country, I take the values from countries. Okay. Fine. Enable data integrity. Yes. Okay. If you do like this, you don't receive these two warnings. If you instead do the ID as primary key and the country name, In this case, you will receive this warning: some data may be lost and access encounter errors while converting the data. Don't worry, it will work anyway. So now the other one is mechanics. So country, lookup wizard, countries, country name, next, 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 enable data integrity, finish. So everything went smoothly without access warning or complaining, only because I decided to build countries with exactly only country name, which corresponds to what I already have inside the table, and I decided to put Italy and Germany inside. In this database, I think we have only Italian customers and mechanics, so the database finds everything it needs. If you don't do it, don't worry. Access may issue some warning. It is only an exercise after all, so no problem. Okay, done. I don't need to save. I've already saved the table. And now the last one, import sheet stations from file station.xlsx or xlsm, setting ID as primary key, start date and brand as indexed field with duplicates. So external data from Excel, I browse, desktop, exam57. I take it from XLSX, it will, oh, let's take it from the other one just in case somebody at XM will complain. Okay, stations, not sheet 2. Okay. Aha, I know the mistake here. What's the mistake? No, I don't know the mistake. Wait. Let's redo it. This one. Stations. Next. Okay, let's give me the time to copy. I will copy this one because somebody for sure will get it and put it into exam. Okay, not work. Okay, so first row contains seeding. Yes. The ID is set as the primary key, so no duplicates. Start date indexed yes and brand date indexed yes. Next one, ID is the primary key. Next, do I mention any name? No. So let's call it stations. It's okay. Finish. Okay. No warning. If you get any warning, you will realize because there is a table such as import errors. Let's see. Fine. Is it as requested? So this one is the ID. Start date. Duplicates okay. Yes, duplicates okay. Fine. We can, if Windows let me do, we can close everything. Okay, these are the three files you have to return. Clearly it will ask whether you want to overwrite this 2 and you do it.